the first ever Valve Dota 2 Major. Today we will crown the first ever champion for that major. I'm LD. I'm joined here to my right by Blitz. Blitz, it has been a miraculous run, some might say, for OG. They have taken down Fnatic, Mineski, Virtus Pro, CDEC, and eHome to get here. They are 9-2 in their last 11 games. The green dream is strong, but the boys in blue, they stand in opposition. Do you think OG can punch through?
Every single time that I doubt OG, or I doubt their ability to make it through into a finals, they managed to do it. This is a team that his team really assess. Even Sumail at his first tournament had some nerve issues and stuff like that, but I mean, the fact that they're even going to get top 3 at this point is pretty amazing.
Should they manage to do it? OG, as we hop into game number 1, would have officially laid claim to the best lower bracket run in the history of Dota 2. It would be one for the books. It already is the best lower bracket run, but they don't want it to end here. Here we are, folks. We're into it now. The teams enter the battlefield. The game begins. EG versus OG. Game 1. Crit gonna get scouted out here, and then they're gonna roll on it.
That's a 4-man snowball.
That's a big dive. Crit does get surged. Quick reactions, but Moon is also forced to skill up surge. The bat, generally not what you want to see out of your Darkseer.
Yeah, that's actually fairly disastrous, especially if they decide to just sit a hero down here at bottom now, because the Darkseer no longer has the easiest way to get free XP. The Surge level 1, he had to skill it. That's one of those situations where if he doesn't get it, it's a sure death.
Let's see if it is going to end up costing him here. Is OG gonna rotate back. The rune spawning only in 10 seconds. The other nice thing for EG Blitz is that they kept OG out of their jungle, so there's no aggressive wards planted down here, though. I do want to point out the Ancients got blocked. This is something teams have not always been disciplined about, but we're having a little
fighting over this
here.
first rune.
At the bottom rune, the bounty gonna go to the PL. Nicely done. Denying Arteezy this as he heads towards the bottom lane. Wrapping back, and meanwhile PPD also being pursued a bit by Fly. So in the end, Arteezy is going to settle towards the bottom side of the map.
He might have to just buy a TP.
It looks like it.
Yeah, he's going to even sell a branch just for this.
This almost makes up for the Darkseer. As, well, I guess Miracle didn't get his bounty run either, but didn't have to buy the TP.
Yeah, that's going to go for the Tusk. So the offlane from EG is going to have a much easier time this time around. And we're already seeing Arteezy being given a lot of
bottom lane. A big skirmish breaking out here. Fly is trying to go blow for blow with Sumail, and Doom, as he so often does, barely gonna emerge on top. So the first blood of your lower bracket finals does go to EG. But there is a quick retaliation kill out of Crit.
And that's an okay trade for EG because this is a dual lane. This is a lane that they don't expect to really win. All they're trying to do is focus more of their attention on this mid lane for this Shadow Fiend versus Templar Assassin matchup. And the Shadow Fiend typically will do okay at these early stages just because you can raise, as weird as it sounds, you can right-click off the refractions when it has early charges. But as the matchup starts to progress, it definitely goes in TA's favor, and especially with the help of the Lich.
Miracle posting up pretty aggressively here in the mid lane. He's at level 2 so far, only 1 CS though. As you mentioned, up against the Lich, it's always going to be tough. And Fear not only getting the denies out here, but then zoning Miracle even further, even going in now, is going to... Ion Shell, but he's still getting bullied quite a bit, and Universe has taken advantage of that level 1 surge already.
It's not just that, it was the fact that he was able to get the bounty rune early on. Helps him so much in this 1v1 matchup. He's going to be able to grab boots a lot sooner, and this is going to allow him to force out Moon Meander, maybe to even use the surge a little bit earlier than he would like. And now that Moon Meander is level 3, it should be okay.
So Moon does get harassed here a bit by the shards. He's going to post up on Universe. Meanwhile, the bottom rune, it is a haste, but it's denied by PPD. Very well played there. In fact, going in onto Crit with the Arctic Burn. And Rubik going to be forced back. So great play by PPD. He's as good as 2 supports in that case.
Yeah, and they've been still aggressive tri-laning bottom. The Rubik is going to be sent back. He even has a TP available, so they might just decide to go for a gank here in this mid lane or some sort of rotation to help out. And this is one of the dangerous things about aggro tri-laning is that one of your supports can just rotate over and help one of the 2 lanes, and nobody will be the wiser.
So how do you feel overall about the way the lanes have developed here, Blitz? It seems like early on EG are pulling ahead. very slightly with the Shadow Fiend having a pretty rough start. There aren't any stacks for him either right now because of this aggressive tri-lane. Are you more satisfied as EG?
I think you are, but if you're OG, you're not too fearful yet. You don't have any stacks, but Crit has to get this kill. He might even smoke up for this. They do have the level 2 raise available on the Shadow Fiend, but they really need to help him out. He has 5 CS right now compared to RTZ's 18, and normally this is okay because the SF can catch up through stacks, but not when he's this far behind, and especially when both of the supports are forced at bottom, and it's so hard for the dire side SF to stack for himself.
Uh-oh, Crit is going to reveal himself now as they've got the Hill Ward, so any chance of a sneaky play on mid has just gone out the window. Maybe he just wants to sit here and protect, but with the Lich, they don't really need to dive. They can win this one passively. We see Notel posting up in the bottom lane. He is also farming rather well. 18 and 9. The Doom, not the best CS, but Sumail is getting his level, so a very slow start after a pretty aggressive 0-minute mark. We've settled into a farming rhythm. We see the TA big camp getting stacked up. They did try for a D ward here at their Ancients, but it was an airball. So no Ancient stacks. That will be good news for OG.
And this bottom lane is okay for Sumail because it's a Doom. He's always going to be able to catch up through the mechanic of Devour, even if he's a little bit behind the Phantom Lancer. And it's a lot easier for their safe lane as a Doom to be able to go to the jungle, for example, LD, than a Phantom Lancer is. And in mid lane, Miracle's getting pretty low. One more right click.
Is it going to be enough? There's the living armor. Doesn't matter. Arteezy gets it done. The first blood since the Rune skirmish. EG going to grab that as well. So now the score 2-1.
And this lane has gone absolutely disastrously.
Well, Fly actually is level 3, but he has not opted the skill of anything else.
One more right click here.
He ends up going down there. Notel's forced to back away.
Yeah, he's got to run. He's got one lance available, but with Sumail popping the Scorcher, there's almost no chance that they're going to get a rebuttal kill.
EG, firing on all cylinders. What was a fairly minor lead through those early moments is now ballooned into over a 1,500 gold and experience lead. Yeah, some of it perhaps due to the Lich, but they are just getting more farm in general, Blitz.
Yeah, and they have this Rubik in this mid lane, but there's almost no way to pressure that TA Lich. You notice that Fierce positioning, he's aware that the Rubik wants to try to help out, and he's been forcing him back at all times. But Miracle, he's going to go to the jungle. There's no stacks available in CS right now. Going to pump himself up to 15 after that very minor jungle camp, but...
And it's not just him, it's the supports as well. Fly, still no boots up. You often see trees. I mean, PPD even at times would pioneer that, where he'd get the early boots and go for a lot of kills, but we're not seeing that. And they are going to finally make that rotation, send the tree over to mid, try to catch him up a bit, but this will just make Arteezy's lane even easier than it already was, as he hunts for that top rune. 6 minutes. And this also, the Ancient's going to start spawning now.
Yeah, and this is not the player that you want to give uncontested free farm to.
Free farm
that's the thing about EG that's scary about playing against them, is that all 3 of their cores are so dependable. Like, even Universe right now is 3rd in net worth, just barely behind the Phantom Lancer. And this is the kind of start that you want to see if you're an EG fan, is all their cores are getting what they need right now. Even the Doom, who's been aggressive tri-lane, has had some success. They were able to get kills at the bottom. And as a support LD, you can't afford to die in an aggressive tri-lane. Like, you get set so far behind because you have nowhere left to go. You gave up the stack. You're not really going for the pull yourself.
Speaking of which... jungle and shut any kind of stacking shenanigans down.
Yeah, he's going to be surprised because there are none available. Moon might actually get a little bit greedy here as he's walking by.
So instead, Arteezy will just start farming the Dire jungle because they can't really do anything about it at this stage of the game. Their only reliable damage over time will be that Ion Shell, but Moon way too low to engage. So he'll clear out a double stack. Arteezy doing as much economic damage as humanly possible. Miracle only at 25 CS. Arteezy at 47, and everywhere else you look, the CS very comparable, with the only bright spot here for OG that Notel is slightly ahead of that Doom, but when you factor in the Devour, it's going to be close to a wash.
Yeah, and this TA trap is going to spot out Miracle farming this out, so this is going to be more free farm time, and this is scary because a lot of OG's lineups are dependent on the Roshan early on. They kind of just take the aggression.
Snowball trying to engage. There's the Walrus Punch. Jazoni Notel back. And then the charge coming out. Notel in a lot of trouble here. Does have the Doppelganger, but he's pretty much out of the lane at this point. And it didn't really cost Universe all that much. He's going to bottle up. He's already got Arcane Boots. Absolutely fine. EG winning the war of attrition heavily. And also worth mentioning, OG tried to D-ward their own jungle. Couldn't find any of the 3 traps. Also couldn't find the Observer Ward. So the evil geniuses, feeling like geniuses now, as they see absolutely everything. They've got perfect intelligence as to what OG are up to.
Moon's gonna TP top, refill No Tail's bottle, but can't really pressure this Universe top lane as he's just gonna run away, sees both heroes there, and the Ion Shelled Phantom Lancer. He's gonna get harassed out a little bit more.
They've got Chain Frost. It's the smoke gank from the Lich.
Yeah, this is a really weird timing because they won't expect this. They think RTZ has a big enough lead.
Miracle's up pretty far. Not gonna happen. The Chain Frost sends him packing. And Fly might even get dove for this. Arteezy's thinking about it. And he goes. The living armor cooling down. I think he realizes that as well. And does skill up the Nature's Guys just in order to cover his retreat. But again, EG sees this momentum. They get another ward up in the dire jungle. What do OG do at this point? They are just being starved, and then on top of that, occasionally killed.
This is still kind of okay for OG because a lot of their lineup does rely on the team fights and the mid-game engagements from heroes like the Darks here, but he might just go down here.
Jump onto Moon, quickly dealt with. There's the shards come out. Universe doing his part together with PPD. The Miracle, they're going to look to dive here. Fly is sitting behind him, but the living armor's cooling down. And they
that's
engage,
so much
and
damage!
Miracle gets just blown up by Arteezy again.
They really can't
Where's the
afford this
defense?
anymore. That's 2 consecutive deaths for him now, LD, and he's dipping to support territory. He's got 2,300 net worth, no stacks whatsoever to speak of. All the traps are set in place. They've aggressively warded up the dire jungle. And so even that's not really a safe haven. And at top, because Universe has gotten so much, and all of the abilities from Tusk have such a low cooldown, he's just spamming things out, and the Doom's gonna fly now.
Oh no, even more damage to OG if Moons goes down here. The living armor cooling down in 1 second's time. Not gonna matter. Sumail gets it done. Then it's an Alpha Wolf. More for EG, as though they needed it. As they continue to skyrocket in terms of control, gold, and just general position in the game. Almost a 5,000 gold lead, closing in on a 4,000 experience advantage, 7-1. You can't, even Nahaz can't find a stat to look bright here for OG. This is as bleak as it gets.
Yeah, I would say that this kind of position is recoverable because they have heroes like Darkseer, they have the Shadow Fiend and the Tree. They've got a lot of teamfight LD, but at some point the laning phase, this kind of overwhelming disadvantage, it's really hard to recover from just because you just don't have the items anymore or the levels. Like the Shadow Fiend at 10 minutes into the game is struggling to get treads.
And then even let's say he gets them. You get a farm Shadow Fiend in this game, if that's all you have, or just a farm PL. They've got the solutions for that. The Winter's Curse, as well as the Doom. It's not going to be easy here.
Yeah, things are looking quite rough for them right now as even the Winter Wyvern has quite a lot of farm. He's just behind Crit in net worth. Almost as much as the Shadow Fiend, just 400 behind. And with 1 tower, he could catch up. And when have we seen PPD eclipse a core before?
The last time he did, EG were beating the crap out of the opposition, that's for damn sure. As he will slowly siege with the Tusk here in the top lane. No defense being mounted of any kind by OG. They are just not confident to fight. Maybe the lone bright spot is Moon getting close to a mech, but still a little bit off, about 550 gold. And now Fear's going to wrap around, may run into him, is going to surge. Backs away, and bottom lane also action about to brew as Sumail comes in. He's got the Doom ready. He's going to Doom No Tail. They want to go for the twofer. Crit in a lot of trouble, gets the lift back, tries to turn this one, steals the sigil. Looks like he should be able to make it out, but will No Tail be so lucky? The living armor helping to keep him alive. Still, that Doom's got a lot of duration left. They slow him down further with the Arctic Burn. Can he get denied in the neutrals? Not going to happen. EG
Fly's going to get caught out here too.
Then the curse, flawless, absolutely pristine. 9-1 the score. Everybody taking their turn, getting punched by EG. The only hero that hasn't died yet is that Rubik, and, well, not sure if Crit can carry this one solo.
No, not in a game like this. Double the net worth of the Shadow Fiend is the TA right now, and it's hard to really find a bright spot or analyze how they're going to come back into this game because a lot of their early game reliance comes from the amount of levels that they're able to procure, the amount of farm that they're able to get, but this Phantom Lancer barely rocking treads in an Aquila. The Shadow Fiend is even in a worse situation than that.
Mid lane, Arteezy looking to jump in, and we'll find the illusion. Yeah. If he hits the real no-tail, maybe he goes there, but can't quite find it.
He's got a fully completed Death Zone now too. One bad engagement now means the Roshan for EG, even if they're on the Radiant side. And this is huge for them because they've been able to secure their mid tower. They haven't even lost the bottom one LD. And that's the one that allows you to pressure into the jungle and help you get back into this game.
And they got a Midas on the Doom, so it's not like they've been playing like super, all-in-y or mid-game aggression here by any means. OG.
They need to make this move.
They have the mech now. This is the key thing for them, the one item that perhaps can give them a fighting chance in this game. There is no overgrowth yet. Shadow Fiend.
Arteezy's even going to TP out.
It's the Requiem bottom lane. Crit trying to TP out as well, but the Winter's Curse is cooling down. He'll barely escape. Crit almost joined the ranks of heroes that have died this game, but...
That's such unfortunate timing, though, LD. They were about to gank for mid, and now they're going to show themselves, but Arteezy...
They have the vac, level 2, they have the wall. Can they take this? They're rolling in, Universe engaging. There's a very nice turn attempted, but no! Too much damage! They bring down the Shadow Fiend. They're too late to the party here. Trying to turn it using the Pale Illusions, jumping onto Universe. He's fairly durable, though. Looks like he may be able to make it out. The Shadow Fiend's dead. They get a Wyvern, but that's it as the trade. Another core down. Shards discouraging the push, and while that was going on, the tower bottom fell to the wrath of Arteezy together with the support of Sumail's Doom, who still has the ultimate, and into the pit he goes. He says, you can have our tier 1 mid. We're going to take the bigger objectives. It's a slow.
No, this is going... The mid tower is going to go down right now, but they might get the turnaround onto No-Tail, but...
They get the Lance off on Universe. They're going to dive this one. They have the Ion Show. Can they even get this kill? No-Tail, he thinks twice, and while he's busy thinking twice, Arteezy with no backup has been bashed once or twice here in the Roach Pit, so he hasn't finished off yet, but the Doom goes on Moon. It seems they're able to 4v5 this perhaps, while Arteezy
denies the best.
Dire's fucking core has fallen to the Radiant.
That fight, it doesn't even go well because normally in a situation like that, LD, the Shadow Fiend...
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Pick up.
Your death was a secret I can
attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really Yep. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Another.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Got it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Get.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.